Text to image is one of the most crowded spaces in open source AI right now. Flux variants everywhere, every week another model dropping claiming to be the best. So when Microsoft quietly pushes a new text to image model to Hugging Face, the question is not whether it looks good. It is whether they are actually doing anything differently under the hood. And with Lens, the answer is probably yes, but may not be where you would expect. In this video, we are not only going to install this new model locally and test it out, but also I will unpack in as simple words as possible what different Microsoft has done. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. The story Microsoft is telling with Lens is not about raw quality. It is about training efficiency. Most flagship text to image models sit at 6 billion parameters or higher. Flux 2 is 9 billion, Quen image is 20 billion, Hanjuan image is an 80 billion parameter mixture of expert beast. Lens comes in at 3.8 billion parameters and claims to match or beat several of those models on standard benchmarks while using roughly 19% of the training compute that Zimage has used, Microsoft's own prior 6 billion model required. We also have done various videos on all the names which I have taken, so it should be a good match here. The thing is that on a single H100 or A6000, it generates a 1024 by 1024 images as you can see on your screen in about 3 seconds, but we will check it out. They also have a distilled turbo variant which does 4-step generation in under a second. We also will talk about the architecture and few different things in a bit in as simple words as possible because I know that you are not machine learning engineers. Well, 95% of you like me. So this is my Ubuntu system and my GPU card is NVIDIA RTX 6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very good price, you can find the link to Massed Compute in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for a range of GPUs. And yes, you don't really have to buy the GPUs. They are just like swimming pool, in my humble opinion. I mean, it's not just one time buying pain; it is a regular maintenance. Anyway, so I'm git cloning the repo of Lens and should be done quickly. I will drop the link to it in video's description too. Next up, let's install all the requirements from root. All the prerequisites are done. Let me now launch this inference where I have put in a very simple Gradio interface. So let's run this. First time it downloads the model. And now let's access this lens on our local system at port 7860. So this is what interface looks like. Also let's check VRAM consumption. Consuming just under 30 gig of VRAM, so slightly higher than the Flux models. Let's, as a first test, try to regenerate this exact image from their GitHub repo and we will check out. I'm just going to paste the exact same prompt in this box and I'm just going to, I'll see if it is done with 4 steps or all steps. I'll just go with the all steps just to make sure I am being fair here. So let's click on generate. And this is what the model has generated. If you closely look at it, the prompt following is solid. All the key elements are there: the fish, chips, lemon, veg, mushy peas, white paper, wooden table. The overhead framing is close. Now, if you quickly look at this one and go back to this one, the GitHub one, you see from the right hand side, we still see the table, not here, but maybe it is uh, Gradio issue. So I'll just go here. No. So you see, um, the output has drifted slightly towards a 3/4 angle rather than true top down if you compare it to what they have shown here in this image. And also look at this, we don't see anything here on the left hand side. I mean whatever the coffee or drink there is, I will again show you that image. We have two of them here as you can see. Now maybe it's a vinegar or something like that. Anyway, this is a bigger tell because Became two dark sauce bottles that look more like soy sauce. So fine grained object identity is not always faithful as it seems in this one. But if you look at this fish, this looks pretty good. Even better than the original one. That is bit burnt. I think this is much better one. The lemon is also quite good. I think for a 3.8 billion model running 20 steps locally, the food texture and lighting quality are genuinely impressive and well above what you would expect at this parameter count. But I think, as I said, prompt following is not there. Also, the peas are not that good, I would say. So the far end is not good, but the thing which is jumping out is this food texture. Anyway, let's try out another one, and then we will also talk about, in a very simple words, about architecture. Next up, let's see how the human face works out. It's just a Ukrainian woman in her mid 20s, and there are some settings here. Now, if you look at this one, it looks quite plasticky to me. The background has quite done well, but let me open it in another one. You see, totally face is totally plasticky, no human realism there. Hair are fine, and the color texture is good. The jacket looks good, bit weathered, and other than that, it is very plasticky. That is only what which comes to mind. The only thing which looks good to me here is this net, which looks quite real. The detail here is quite nice. Other than that, maybe this wooden deck is better, but not much to write home about. Anyway, I will generate another one. Let's do some text rendering. So you can see that I'm going with this construction site hoarding cover in the street art member of Fah's channel. This is the text which it needs to do among a few other things. And I'm going to go with turbo one, so which should be quicker. While it happens, let's talk very quickly about the architecture and what is sorry difference here. So, what makes this architecturally interesting is not any single breakthrough. It is a set of deliberate component choices that compound into faster training. Microsoft swapped in the Flux to semantic variational autoencoder instead of a standard one. A variational autoencoder, or V, is just the component that compresses images into a compact form that the diffusion model works on, but a semantic V encodes higher level visual meaning into the compressed form, not just raw pixels, which gives the denoiser a head start and speeds up convergence. The denoiser itself uses something called as MMDIT, which is a transformer design where image and text tokens flow through the same attention layers together rather than text being bolted on as a side condition. So the modalities are genuinely talking to each other at every step. But even that is not new. Various other models have used it. The most distinctive choice here in this is a text encoder. Instead of using the usual CLIP or T5, Lens uses GPT-OSS, which is a 20 billion parameter language model from OpenAI, which they open source thankfully. Nothing happened afterwards, and pulls features from four different depth level at the same time. So shallow layers carry grammar and surface description, deep layers carry meaning, and combining all four gives the model a richer read of your prompt. So I think this is going to be fun going forward. Not this version, but maybe the future ones might be better. Also, it generalizes to Chinese and French at inference time despite being trained on English caption. This is one very interesting feature which I have noticed. So there you go, and it has produced the text totally wrong, and but other than text it has tried to capture it pretty nicely. So this is what I'm talking about. If you look closely, some of the features are really impressive. Look at on the top left corner, this looks so real, but this paint droplets are quite good. Other than that, of course, there are various mistakes here, various. Okay, let's do a couple more. And now let's do some wild photography. So it's an Australian outback, and there are some dingoes trotting in a single file line. There you go. Now this one is quite good. What do you think? This one is good. definitely very, very good. So there is an Australian outback, rock formation is there, desert scenery is there, and dingoes are quite good. And there are a few mistakes here and there in terms of legs. For example, count the legs here: one, two, three, four, five legs. Other than that, I think it is pretty good in terms of the red soil and everything. Okay, good thing. And finally, let's do a prompt from Thailand. So, Thai Moe, Thai fighter is training intensely in an open air gym in Bangkok at golden hour. And look at this image. Let me open it in the next tab, and you will see so many classic AI failures. In this image, the supporting foot is deformed, unnatural, looks melted or missing proper toes ankle structure, and even the kicking. I'll go down. It doesn't show it. The kicking foot is totally incorrect angle, toe positioning, and both hands have messed up thumbs. One is missing or fused, the other has wrong placement and proportion on the wrapped hand, as you can see here. So, you know, AI anatomy failures are very vivid here, but the rest of the image, like lighting, body mood, is decent. But this hand and feet ruin the realism. But look at the background, look at this tattoo, and this shorts. The whole uniform looks quite good, and even the facial features are quite high here. So overall, there are strokes and touches of brilliance, but model falls short. So hopefully, Microsoft is going to improve it in the next versions because the architectural innovations are quite promising. Let me know what do you think about this model. Please follow me on X if you are looking for AI updates, and if you want to support the channel, please become a member. Thank you for all the support.